President Trump.
America first. America first. America first.
Brexit.
The UK has voted to leave the European Union.
Leadership victories in Russia, Turkey, Hungary. Recent election outcomes all have one thing in common: the rise of nationalism. The basis is the same: right-wing groups professing an extreme view of patriotism and an anti-global agenda. It's a similar sentiment among President Trump's supporters.
You know, somebody said, oh, maybe he's a total nationalist, which I am in a true sense.
Nationalism is typically built on issues like free trade and racial and economic insecurities. Much of Europe is confronting these issues too. Citizens of many EU countries have chosen not to elect their nationalist candidates, like Marine Le Pen in France or the slew of populist candidates in Italy's recent election. Poland chose differently.
There's a lot of frustration and dissatisfaction. There's also been a perception that the ruling party has run out of steam.
The Law and Justice Party, or PIS, captivated the media's attention as they won both Poland's presidency and legislative bodies in 2015.
Well, this is a typically populist party. Populist parties are mostly popular among people who are not well educated. I believe that the part of the society, which I think is 20–25% of the society, will still remain the voters of Law and Justice.
Tomasz Szczepanski is the chairman of Niklot, a far-right nationalist group in Poland. His views mirror the Law and Justice Party, a Catholic party which, as part of its platform, is lukewarm on EU participation and against refugee resettlement. Do you think that there should be diversity in Poland?
Yeah. None. There should be no diversity. I'm against multiculturalism.
Why are you so against multiculturalism?
You cannot mix oil and water. You cannot put one civilization into the other. The whole world cannot be white. My focus is Poland itself.
In Szczepanski's eyes, other races, religions, and refugees are dangerous to Poland's future. He believes there's no way for these minority groups to ever fully integrate into Polish culture.
As long as they exist as a separate society, there's always a possibility that their interest is opposite to ours and can act in a way which is harmful for us.
He's earned a PhD in history, even worked as a teacher before being removed multiple times for his nationalist beliefs. As a historian, Szczepanski's paying attention to the shifts throughout Europe and the United States.
Yes, this trend will last because this trend is a reaction.
A reaction, he says, to the mixing of nationalities, of religion, of general progress of secular culture. As it turns out, much of Poland feels similarly. A recent Pew study found that 55% of Poles would not accept Muslims as members of their family, 43% wouldn't accept them as neighbors, and 41% as citizens. These numbers are higher than for Jews and Roma, though in some cases, not by much.
The Polish people should return to their ancestral spirituality of Christianity and Indo-European beliefs.
There has been a large push not to accept refugees and growing anti-Semitism.
I think the main issue is hate speech on the internet and anti-Semitism that we can see in the media.
Many are worried that the country that has fought to be open and democratic is on a very different path.
We know that we are in a very wrong way, and Poland has a quite difficult history, and once our parents were fighting for our freedom during communist era, and we had a chance to grow up in a free country, and now it is being completely destroyed, and we want our children to live in a free country.
Poland's next elections are in November 2019.